and the rest of you who are joining the call. Uh, Welcome. Today we have a subject of discussion, and the subject of discussion is administrator is going to put it up. Why is spirituality the only right way to live? Why is spirituality the only right way to live? Who would like to try this attempt to answer to this question? And first of all, you should believe it. If you don't believe it, then you can say, no, I don't think spirituality is the only right way to live. There are many right ways to live. So I don't know how many of you are of the opinion that spirituality is the only right way to live. Or you can even change the question and ask me why. Why is spirituality the only right way to live? Just because I say doesn't mean it is. So let us try. We have got first Rumataji and Krishna. Rumataji and Krishna, please start.
प्रणाम गुरुजी शिवोहम
Pranam Mataji, बताइए.
गुरुजी spirituality is the right way to live because you are away from the myths. All the myths are left behind and we believe in SIP, that is the only divine energy, and we don't believe the God in form. We think God is SIP is one and that is divine energy.
So why is it the right way to live?
Because Guruji, we see the truth. Truth shines in consciousness.
अरे कोई बोलता है भाड़ में जाओ, भाड़ में जाओ, खुद को भाड़ में जाओ.
नहीं गुरुजी, देखिए अगर मिथ्स में रहेंगे तो बस मिथ फंसे रहेंगे संसार में. If we are in consciousness, then we are able to discriminate what is right and what is wrong.
But okay, I agree. You're giving an answer, but is it the full answer? Krishna, Raji, Vanita. Let me see who is going to put the right key in the lock. Krishna.
So Shivoham.
Shivoham.
So first of all, we believe this is the only right way. And why? Because this is the only thing which is there, which exists. Baki sab doesn't exist, no? The only because we exist because of the spirit. And spirituality, I've said, is the science of spirit. That is the only thing which is there. So that is the only right way.
But what about the people who think khao, pio, jio, maja karo? Why not? Why spirituality is the right way to live?
They are in the wrong way. That is why, in spite of wanting happiness, they are always suffering.
So now you're coming to another answer. You're saying spirituality is the right way to live because it liberates us from suffering. You must say specifically.
Yeah, you always say eternal bliss, peace, and love and fulfillment all comes only with spirituality.
That is if you believe. Or if you know, believe. They say some people, I say believe. Okay, I believe. I'm hearing some new podcasts with people. They say believing is nothing.
No. If you don't believe, they are chasing everything, but they are not getting it. No, my answer is not. My answer is because this is the only truth. This is the only thing which exists. Whether you baki sab, as you always say, it's all the results of being in the right path.
See, what I'm trying to ask you today, what is the question? Once again, we are getting to the question, okay? Why is spirituality the only right way to live? Which means...
You have to know what is the truth in us. So the only way to understand is only through spirituality, When you
then
say
why
that,
99% are not following this path?
It is ignorance. They don't know. The message has not reached. Many things are there to it.
And very sad. They don't know. I think that answer I buy from you, because it's just like saying, a new restaurant opens and they've got... I always talk about the Kerala food, appam and idiyappam. A new restaurant opens, but nobody knows. Nobody knows that restaurant is open. Therefore, it takes a lot of time for that matter to...
So it is how science develops. So is it? This is just like the caveman did not know to fly a plane. It develops later or whatever.
Okay. So I'm still trying to get good answers, but see, you're telling me it's the right way, but I'm not getting an answer where it's the only right way. Why
So
is
the
it the only?
only one path of enlightenment, right? Truth cannot be two.
No, no, people forget about truth. People are saying, what? Spirituality, man, chodo. Ye kya? Boring people.
Yeah.
It's a boring people. Hai.
It's for the privileged few, no, sir.
Why? So why? We are trying to today take stock. Why?
So,
So let us you're on the right track, but by the end of the call, you should know, you should be absolutely clear. Are you on the right path? This call will reveal that today. Suppose we are wasting our time every day, wasting 1 hour. Every day wasting 1 hour.
so we are on the right track. That's why we are coming daily. But बीच बीच आप क्यों ऐसे पूछते हैं? Is it the right path or not?
uh, Krishna's questions sometimes they shake me over. Why I ask you is for you. There are so many people in this call who are not coming every day. They come like how you feel Saturday Sunday ना पार्क को जाएंगे क्या आज कहाँ जा रहे पार्क को जा रहे क्यों आज वीकेंड है ना सैटरडे संडे पार्क को जाएंगे some people come on this call like पार्क को जाएंगे no if this is the only right way to live we should be sure is this the only right way to live or there are other right ways to live suppose somebody says no there's another right way to live there are too many people having too many different views about life, about philosophy of life.
I also listen to many different views, but it's all finally the subject of spirituality only. You know.
Uh, yeah, but that spirituality is not spiritual. You can call spirituality, no? If you call it spirit, anybody can call it spirituality. But you can, if you listen to some talk, you can immediately know, ye spirituality nahi hai. Does it take you
Yeah.
too much time? By listening 5 minutes, in 5 minutes you come to know they're talking something.
Yes. Yes.
They will tell you to take this Rudraksh and do this Rudraksh. Immediately you know it.
उतना तो नहीं हम जाता है, but there are some things, some unexplored realms I do nowadays. I try to explore because maybe I don't know.
But you must tell me. If you find something which I don't know, then you must tell me now. I want to teach you something in the call. You all should also have that. You should also have something called teach air. Sometime you will come to the call and you should say, no, air, we want to teach you something today. Then you must teach me. Today I'm going to teach you something. Then something new you teach me. ऐसा है तो you must teach me. Okay, let's see. We have got now after Krishna, Raji, Vanita. Raji, are you going to?
Yes,
Where's
sir.
Raji? Yes, Raji.
Yes. Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
Spirituality is the only way where we can get eternal bliss and we can be all permanent happiness. Rest,
Ah,
everything is temporary. It will come and go. But
good answer.
spirituality, permanent. Always.
Good.
No suffering,
Beautiful.
nothing.
Very beautiful answer. Very beautiful answer, Raji, without eyes being fully opened. She says, spirituality, why it is the only right way? Because it is the only way to eternal bliss. Spirituality is the only way to eternal bliss in truth consciousness. I can eat dosa and be happy. I can go for a movie and be happy. I can do many things and be happy. But that will be pleasure that comes and goes. It is not eternal bliss that forever flows. Spirituality, what Raji said is very beautiful. Raji says, because spirituality shows us the way to eternal bliss. Some people, and I speak to some podcasts, some famous people, they say, ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या? Eternal bliss होता है क्या? How? They say, what is eternal bliss? What are you talking? It's a dream. There is nothing like eternal bliss. There are people who say eternal bliss does not exist. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. There is pleasure, there is pain. There is loss, there is gain. There is sun, there is rain. But the people who are in spirituality, I'm not saying everybody, but the people who have reached that state of spiritual awakening, The people who are enlightened, they are the ones who enjoy this state of Sat Chit Anand. That state, and I'm not saying, see, all of you are enjoying that state sometime. Your goal is to enjoy that state all the time. When you are in a state of Sat Chit Anand, always, 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 then you have reached the peak. Thank you, Raji. Vanita, Ravi from Mangalore. After Vanita, Ravi from Mangalore. Vanita.
Yes, Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
Spirituality is the right way to live, we say, because we are into it. But most of the people do not know what is the right path at all. They do not know. They think spirituality is something else. That's why they do not know what is the right path. Because we are in this spirituality, we know that we are in the right path. And this has helped us in many ways. If we don't get this, if number of people do not get this path, their number of questions are unanswered for them, and they do not know which is the right path where they will get the answer for their questions. Because we got this path with the right guru and with right knowledge, we started walking on this path, realizing what is BME, why, what is the purpose of life, and we started enjoying it. This enjoyment is not with the material world, it completely out of that, the eternal happiness, whatever you call it. So once we have tasted this happiness, naturally, I will say spirituality is the right way to live.
The only right way.
Yes. Only right way. With
It's
which you enjoy everything, but in a different way. Through spiritual, with this knowledge, you can enjoy everything.
And to clarify that, obviously, when we are talking of spirituality, we are talking of spirituality as we talked in this call. Because spirituality has got 100 definitions.
Yes.
Somebody will tell you going to Kailash also is spirituality. So everybody has got their own the definition of spirituality. We don't have to take spirituality as understood by the world. We are talking of spirituality as understood in this call.
That's why I said number of questions were unanswered. We never knew what is God, where is God, how is God, and what is soul, how did we come to this earth, why, what is the purpose of our life, what is attachment, number of questions.
I'm very happy.
I won't say Mount Kailash will give you happiness, I won't say. It is an adventurous journey, which I also took it. I enjoyed it, but I'm not thinking about this even now.
So I like when you say something like that, it gives me a lot of satisfaction. When you tell me that we have learned, people who are very, very big shots in this world, they don't know the meaning of soul. One man is saying, soul? What soul? Juta ka soul hai kya? Kaun soul? Is it the talking of my foot sole, my shoe? So, I mean, it's okay. It's fine. But it's not a joke. It's a matter of life. And people are struggling. You know, when you are in an emergency, when you're in an ICU and you're doing a serious surgery, that time you start to understand what is life all about. That time you start thinking, कि जिंदगी का भी कोई purpose है क्या? When doctor tells you that tomorrow is your last day, then you start thinking, where am I going to go? But people on the spiritual path don't ask this question, where I'm going to go, because they already know.
Even
they don't have to ask.
Yeah, staying in the hospital, they will be very firm. Like Raji also said, I never thought about my body or anything. So the pain she didn't realize at all. So this is the way we learn. We realize that this body is not ours. When you realize that, definitely you get immense pleasure out of it. Immense happiness, not pleasure. I won't say pleasure. It's immense happiness, which is eternal happiness again.
Okay. Thank you, Anita. Thank you for your strong answer. We are going to Ravi Mangalore. Ravi in Mangalore. I think I have not spoken to you before. For the first time, I'm speaking to you, Ravi. So can you, is it the first time, Shivam, first time you're coming on the call?
This is my third call.
Very good.
I have been having this, my third experience.
Very good. Welcome.
My name is Ravi. I live in Bangalore. I come from a community where strangely the surname is after the native place. So I
Okay.
I have this native place is Mangalore. So that's why I add my Mangalore to my name.
Very good. What is your question, sir, today?
Yes, sir. On spirituality, I resonate very much with what Madam Rajesh said. Uh, it's the only way, a path towards attaining bliss and being close to the power, that is the uh, God, or what do you call that, the creator.
Yeah,
To
sure.
add to that, I also say that spirituality, you see, we all, when you ask, is it the best way to live? I feel that we all live with a purpose for our own selves. And without knowing who I am, uh, that is not a complete journey, and I won't be able to seek bliss because I would only go by the worldly pleasures and the materials and measure up to that. When I know who I am in touch with the God Almighty, the Creator, and the bliss, that is the path towards the bliss. So spirituality is a continuous work on my own self. It's a work in progress, and it's a ritual. So I said, when you work on your own spirit, with that's why it's called a spiritual.
Very good. I really appreciate that you were. How did you come to this call? Who told you that this call was there?
That's a small story which I can share with you, Gurudev.
Yes, please.
um, I applied for the position of spiritual manager in your organization,
Okay, okay.
and that's how I'm here today.
Okay, so good. Sometimes when you are interested in spirituality, that's then they connect to
Yes,
you, and I understood.
I am a seeker now. I am a
Very,
continuous seeker. I have no other aspirations.
very good. Thank you, Ravi. So, like he said, my name is Ravi Mangalore because my surname comes from the place. And I asked Shankar Mahadevan, how did you get this name Shankar Mahadevan? And his Shankar Mahadevan gave me another secret. He said, my name Shankar Mahadevan was the name of my grandfather. So everybody takes the name of their grandfather. So everybody, so but of course, we are not, all these nice stories are good, but we have a different purpose, spirituality. The question today again, why is spirituality the only right way to live? And to me, it is not just the right way to live, it is the only right way to live. And I am so much clear about it that I have given up every other way to live. And I have made what I call practical spirituality. I call our spirituality practical, livable, doable. It is not a spirituality which is impossible. So you can live this philosophy, this spirituality in a manner without it being tapasvi, sannyasi. You don't need to do tapasya. You don't have to be a tapasvi and a sannyasi. You can be a normal human being. And this is also what my guru taught me. He told me, you can live like Raja Janak. Raja Janak was an enlightened soul, but Raja Janak was a king in a palace. So, my dear friends, we are going on to Samatma. Samatma Sudam. Will
Shivoham,
you
sir.
want to admit or no? Yes. Shiva, Samatma.
This is the only way that we can be free from bondages and ignorance and be in Satchidanand. And that will finally lead us to get liberated and be one with Sit and free us from the cycle of death and rebirth.
But what will do that? Is it just that, just uh, uh, reading about the spirituality, practicing spirituality,
No, we
making
have to realize the
spirituality?
truth. No, we have to realize the truth. And we have been lucky that we are realizing many things which normal people don't realize. And that is how we have come so much in this path.
You know what this call, Samatma and Krishna and Raji and Vanit, all of you, this call has special meaning because now there are many seekers and masters on this call. Each one decides what you are, who speak a lot of sense. And the call is not just what is the meaning of spirituality. Okay, spirituality. No, it's not like this. People come with their experiences. People come with their problems. People come with their views. People come with their understanding. And to me, it's a very beautiful thing. It's very beautiful because it is amazing method for us to discuss with so many views, and sometimes some of you have tough questions and some of you are not convinced. That is the most beautiful part of this call. When you are not convinced, and I like it when you tell me, no, I'm not understanding, I don't like it, I don't understand it, I don't believe that. Of course, there are no people who just say it for no reason. But when you don't understand, then it becomes a point where everybody must reflect. Do I understand or do I not understand? So thank you, Samatma. Sudha. Yes,
Thank
Sudha.
you.
Yes, sir. As per my view, without spirituality, we are blind. The spirituality give the eyes to live the life. Spirituality, with spirituality, we can live the life with fullest. I can say, in fully, we can enjoy the life. We can live the life properly. Without spirituality, we will be blind and we will faces so many crises, so many unhappiness, and many troubles.
Actually, the whole world is full of trouble. Actually, if you look at
Yes, yes. But without
the world is lot of trouble, lot of suffering, lot of misery, lot of attachment, lot of fear, worry, stress, anxiety, anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, greed, pride, selfishness, regret, shame, guilt. I can go on and on and on. There is no end to it. This world is
right,
suffering so much. But because there is no, what you said, there is no light. And in the darkness, you become
right.
blind. You become blind in
Yes,
the darkness. What is spirituality? Spirituality is the light of truth. Spirituality is the science of the spirit. It is the science of the soul, Soul, the Atma, the Ruh, the Prana. And in reality, we all have it. Nobody can deny. I was talking to some scientist, and the scientist is questioning me, where is the spirit? What soul? Which soul? So I asked, if a car breaks down, you can make the car. But a man dies, can you scientists put back the life in a man? So you
no,
can't. You cannot put back life in a person. But any rocket, if a rocket gets spoiled, you can make it. A car gets spoiled, a plane gets spoiled, a helicopter gets spoiled, you can repair it. But a body that dies, you can't repair it. But this also, though it's like when they found the law of gravity, it was through inference. There was no proof. It was through inference. So spirituality is also a science. Thank you, Sudham. Hopefully people will get to this. But
thank you.
I'm still wondering if some people are questioning this. Let me see. We have Will and Sonia. Will, Sonia, Sokeshini.
Shivohang Maharaj, thanks for this call.
Yes.
The important thing is that we all are in incredible danger. Any of us could die today. Spirituality, many reasons for it, but one thing is safety. And as long as we are unaware of the danger, terrible. Spirituality is the only way out of danger forever. The scale of the danger, samsara, is very serious. As a human being, we have one spark, tiny chance to get out the danger. And so it's like this ship on my little picture here. When you're on the ship, the only way for you is, the only question is how to get off this ship. That's the only way. The only question you have to answer is how quickly can I do it?
Good. But spirituality takes you off the ship because it makes you get one with ship, and spirituality takes off the danger because there's no danger, because you become the immortal soul. And the moment you become the immortal soul, then you have achieved the goal. Then that doesn't matter whether you are in a ship or a plane or a train or a rocket, because you are nothing. You are a manifestation of the divine. And that is what this call talks about every day. Every day we are trying to get, like you said, every day we are going one step further. And Will said something beautiful. How fast can we do it? Because Will said, in my words, what Will said, the death whistle will blow and everybody has to go. And this world is nothing but a show. And this spirituality makes us know. Spirituality makes us know that this world is just a show, and soon we have to go when the death whistle will blow. And the death whistle can blow any moment. Any moment you can have one organ of your body gets bad. You're in. I told you, you can. Tomorrow they tell you AiR got heart attack, AiR is in the ICU. What can anybody do? Nothing. So it is for us, before we get into an ICU, we have to have a clarity of spirituality, absolute clear picture. Thank you. Will Sonia, Sukeshini, Ahamsip. Sonia, Sukeshini, Ahamsip.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
This is why spirituality is the only way to live. It's just like, you know, change is only the constant thing in this life. सिर्फ चेंज ही एक कांस्टेंट चीज है जो हमारी लाइफ में होती है. दिन के बाद रात, रात के बाद दिन, अच्छा फील होने के बाद बुरा, बुरा होने के बाद अच्छा. We live in this roller coaster ride of life. And the only way to be away, only way to be beyond this is the spiritual way of living.
But you're saying change, then you should be changed today, and tomorrow you should not be spiritual, and day after tomorrow again you should be spiritual, and then again not be spiritual. Then change means that.
No, change is like we are having the feel of good and having the feel of bad. That is the change. That is the rather the opposite side. The coin, it is just like the coin has two sides. That is what our feelings are. Sometimes we are feeling excited. We are feeling pleasurable. Sometimes we are feeling the feeling of hatred and negativity. All that stuff which is going in our life can be dealt with a single way of the way of spirituality.
Correct. But then when you take this path, you should not change it. You should stick to it.
Yes, because this is only the path where we can stick. There is no other path where we can stick and be sure that this is only the good way we are feeling. Say, okay, fine. I'm struggling that I want to have that car with me. I have earned a lot. I mean, I have, just while taking that car, it is a momentary happiness. Within a day, within a week, within 6 months, maybe at the most within a year, it all falls off. I mean, it is a false happiness. It is a false pleasure. But the real pleasure is the pleasure of being on the spiritual way, when you seek the detachments from these all worldly pleasures.
Because what happens, spirituality teaches you that state, or how to be in that state of eternal bliss. Yes. Spirituality detaches you from the body, mind, ego. Spirituality stops you from craving material pleasures which do not give you eternal happiness. If sometimes you give an example of a child that went into a toy shop, and the mother and father told the child what toy you want, and the child pointed out, instead of buying a 500 rupee toy which they wanted to buy, the child pointed at 50,000 rupees motor car. Now the mother and father said, how can we buy that 50,000 rupees motor car? We can't afford it. But the child started crying, I want that motor car. No, I want that car. You told me my birthday, you'll buy me. Now you buy me. You don't love me. Why you are not buying me that car? Buy me motor car. Finally, instead of buying the child the 500 rupee toy, which they came to they beat the child. They beat the child and take the child out of the shop. But today, if that same child has grown into an adult and goes into that shop, you don't want that motor car because it's of no use to you, because you have grown up. Spirituality makes us grow up. We grow not only up, we grow beyond. We go beyond the attachments of pleasures, possessions, and people. We learn to live in that state of Sat Chit Anand. That is what spirituality, that's why it's the only right way. It's not the right way. It's the only right way. Because there are so many people who have so many formulas. And somehow we have got a right formula where you don't have to become a sannyasi, you don't have to become a tapasvi, but you can still be spiritual and you can live a life of bliss, of peace, living a normal life. But the only challenge is for many of you, you struggle how to be in consciousness. Because the moment you're not in consciousness, you're in mind state, you suffer. That is the big challenge. Anyway, thank you, Sonia. Thank you for your inputs. We have Sukeshini and then Ahimsip. Sukeshini and Ahimsip.
Good evening, sir.
Yes,
First of
good
all,
evening.
thank you very much for all the uh, grateful guidance you have been giving us each day. Every discussion we have, I can say kan kan mein Bhagwan hai. So means every minute I listen to you, I feel so blissful. So that is one. And I can say spirituality is the way to live, because it has
Because
been a blissful journey for me throughout what I have learned, and the way you have simplified it, uh, given different acronyms, and what I should say, I don't have words.
no, I know what you're trying to say, because even if you're suffering from a problem, you're still able to face it. No, Sukeshini. The
Yes,
problem
yes,
is you are able, even though there's a problem, and even though you may have tears in your eyes, and even though there may be an unsolvable situation, you're still able to deal with it
yes, yes, very
because
much.
you realize the truth.
And I
Spirituality
am
is
in total bliss, sir. That is the beautiful thing.
so that is the beauty of spirituality.
Yes,
Anybody who is in spiritual realm, anybody, they are not chasing the pleasure of the world. They are in that state of contentment. They are in that state of fulfillment. And when you reach the top, you are in a state of enlightenment. So why I spoke to chose the subject, my dear friends, thank you, Sukeshni, why I chose the subject. The subject I chose, before we go to AMSIP, see, don't think that there are many options. There are no many options. There is one option. Now, it's up to you to choose that option or not choose that option. That option is the option of awakening. That option is the option of overcoming ignorance. Now, some people say, "Acha, Vidya maybe maja hai na." In English, there's an idiom. What's the idiom? Ignorance is bliss. In English, they come with such fantastic quotes. Ignorance is bliss. क्या मतलब ignorance is bliss? One person tells me, I am not going to doctor, although I think my brain is having some bleeding. I am not going to doctor. So why you are not going to doctor? Because if I go to doctor and doctor tells me I have to do surgery, I don't want to do surgery. So I'm not going to the doctor. Is that the right way to do it? No, it's not the right way to do it, because if you don't go, ultimately you will collapse. So the point is this: ignorance of a subject is not bliss. It's wrong. You have to face the reality of life. You have to face the problem of life. You have to learn how to deal with the problem of life. Yes, you can accept, you can surrender, you can find the right way to do it, but spirituality is the path. Spirituality, whatever form you can adopt for yourself, you have to create your own spiritual path. Hopefully, not the wrong path. Sometimes some people, they use the path of convenience. My Guruji also used to talk about the prayer and the Shreya. He says, you take the path of prayer with the path of pleasure. You don't take the path of Shreya, the path of truth. So in spirituality, you don't take a path of convenience. No. You must take the path of consciousness. You must take the path of truth. And for that, the help of a good guru is important, because how will you know sometimes it's right or wrong? You should have a good communication line. You should be able to take the phone and talk to your guru. You should be able to take a WhatsApp and write to your guru, and you should be able to get the answer on the spot. Then you are on that path of spirituality. My dear friends, I must tell you, spirituality is not the right way to live. It is the only. It is not the right way. I'm telling you, it is the only right way. Because any other way may give you momentary happiness. But spirituality can give you Sat Chit Anand. But not everybody can get it. You have to be convinced, you have to adopt it, adopt, accept, and improve on your path. It's a journey, but it's a journey to face every problem of life. You can face any and every problem of your life because spirituality is the truth. What is the truth? You are God. You are divine. Spirituality, the truth is nothing is mine. I check into the hotel room, I check out of the hotel room. I check into this world, one day I'm going to go. If I'm sick, I'm not sick. The body is sick. How to be happy? Don't try to become happy. Be happy. Learn to count your blessings. Learn to smile. Be in the now. Sing a song. Spirituality teaches you. But still, if you don't want it, still, if you say, no, I want to buy a helicopter. Luckily, I escaped when I was going to buy my private jet. I had two options, to take the path of spirituality or to buy private jet. If I had bought a private jet today, then I would have been in the sky somewhere in my private jet, not talking to you. Ahimsa, why is spirituality the only right way to live?
Shivoham, Guruji, and all others on the call. I love you all. Guruji, I'll share my experience why I feel it's the only way to be in spirituality. Because attending through these calls, it has helped me to clear the dust of ignorance, and the question of why me has been completely eradicated from my system, and I've learned to accept and surrender totally. And we have also overcome the pain and agony and ego of the mind, though ego of the mind still comes at times, but still to a large extent it has been removed. And also I am learning to see sip in all, love sip in all. And not only myself, I can also see the others seekers on this call. You can look at their face and you can find they are so happy, they are so serene. So, I mean, I'm sure that this is the only right path.
Beautiful. See, what Ayamship said is also very nice. So that not only I am progressing on the path. And can there be a better than this answer? Why is it the only right way? Because I am improving, because I am progressing. I have made my mind still. I have been able to shut my ego. I have been, and also I see the serene faces of so many people. And when people speak and you see them evolving every day on the call, you all have become like one Zoom family. You all know each other. You all can look and say, this. Yeah, because the truth is this call has changed my life also. It's not, please don't think I am changing your life. You are also changing my life. It is a call that is divine for all. This call is divine for all, but some of us are making the best use of this call. Some of us are imbibing, some of us are learning, some of us are writing down notes. If you look at Ashok Chotwani, everything he's talking, he's got a pen and he keeps on writing, keep on writing. He must be having, I don't know how many notebooks from the last 4 years. Pata nahi how many notebooks. If I ask him to give bill, he will give me a big bill for pen and paper, how much he has spent on the. But that means you write, then you read, then you reflect. The scripture calls it Sravana Manana Nididhyasana. You ask, you investigate, you realize the truth. I have got how many notebooks? You know how many notebooks I must be having? Tons of notebooks. I stopped writing notebook when the tab came. Now I'm writing in the tab, so no money, paper on pen and paper. But now I write little, not like I used to write. I used to write pages after pages after pages. But I am saying this journey is too beautiful. This journey is too blissful. I call it the ecstasy of joy. Today in Finland, I was writing a program called The Happiness Secret. Today, I want to do a program And we also want to do the enlightenment retreat. So today I spent 3 hours in the morning. 3 hours I wrote the happiness secret. What is the secret? How can you be happy? Because happiness is not in getting what you want. Happiness is in wanting what you get. Happiness is not in getting what you love, but happiness is in loving what you get. When you get something, you love it. When you want something and you don't get it, you can be miserable. Spirituality teaches us to surrender, to accept. How many times we speak? Sometimes when I'm writing a book, one of my administrator of the book says, "Isn't this very repetitive?" I say, the truth is only one. Nah. We are repeating the same truth again and again and again and again, and every day we are repeating the same truth. Just to make it fashionable, should I change it? Just today I'll speak on something, then tomorrow I don't know, today it became boring. Bonda has become boring. Okay, we take Bonda, we'll make Vada. Okay, now Vada has become very boring. Now after Vada, we will make Chana Batura. No, we are not here to make it, we are here to realize the truth. And the truth is one. Unfortunately, the mind drags us away. The mind drags us and makes us cling and causes our suffering. Spirituality liberates us. Spirituality makes us feel the bliss. Happiness is not in outside circumstances, in people, in possessions. It's not that if I get a Mercedes Benz, I'll be happy. I can be happy even going in Uber. One day I took somebody in an Uber, and that person was dancing because the Uber was a Tesla. And the top of the car was made in fiberglass. And we were paying only some 500 rupees or 1000 rupees or 2000. But that person was dancing and taking pictures. See, it's not our Tesla. But the joy is not in it being our Tesla. This is the art of happiness. The art of happiness is to be blissful in everything. Even if it's a small thing. Maybe you have one cup of tea. You have one cup of tea. That cup of chai can give you bliss. This is spirituality. Spirituality is not going on complaining, oh, this tea is not good, this is not sweet, this is not garam, this is not thanda. The world is like that. Okay, thank you, Amsip. Thank you. We have got no last speakers, Krishan, Ashok Duchani, Hanshal, and Rajinder. 4 speakers. And we close.
Shivam Guruji,
Sure.
according to me, spirituality give me the purpose of life, that is liberation.
Beautiful.
And actually, I'm living like as a yogi, and it's keep me away from the bhoga. I realization that sansara is dukham, Prabhu is the satyam. So every day I'm progressing on the path. Second thing, the best thing is that spirituality can't bound you anything which is keep you bounding. In a religion, rituals are become a boundary for anyone, but spirituality gives you freedom and liberation, which is the ultimate purpose of any human life.
Beautiful. Krishan started off with something very beautiful. Nobody spoke about it so clearly. Krishan said, spirituality makes me discover my purpose. Why I'm here? Who am I? And then it leads us beyond. See, because when you discover your purpose in life, there are only 2 questions to answer. You don't need chemistry, biology, mathematics, English, technology, biotechnology. All these are okay. You can be what I say, LLB, PhD, MA, BA, BCom, chartered accountant, cost accountant. But if you don't know 2 questions, who am I? Why am I here? Only 2 questions. Spirituality answers 2 questions. And if you cannot answer these 2 questions, then you're like that scientist who went in a boat and asking the boat wala all the questions. Now the boat is going to turn over. He asked the scientist, you know swimming? Scientist says, I don't know swimming. The scientist drowned. Thank you, Krishan. Last 3 questions. Ashok, Harshal, Rajendra.
Shivam Sarji.
Sir.
Spirituality is the only right way of life because it transforms us inside.
Good.
it makes us a lot of changes inside, all positive vibrations.
Beautiful. What a beautiful answer. Look at the beautiful answer. He told half the answer. I'm telling another half of the answer. He says, we cannot control the outside world. Ashok Nichani is saying, what my mother, my father, my wife, my child does, I cannot control. But spirituality says, बाहर की दुनिया भाड़ में जाओ. Spirituality says, बाहर की दुनिया भाड़ में जाओ, मेरे अंदर शांति है. Spirituality says, मेरे अंदर शांति है. That is the art of spirituality. Spirituality makes you realize, ये लीला है माया, कुछ भी सच तो ना. नाटक ये प्रभु का है एक ख्वाब जैसा. Spirituality improves you on the inside. You become a better person on the inside. And you are able to deal with the outside in a very graceful manner. You are unaffected. Otherwise, you would be so disturbed with everything that happens. Your mother says something, you become upset. Your father says something, you become upset. Spirituality makes you laugh. Spirituality makes you count your blessings. Spirituality makes you understand. इंसान मैं नहीं, सच में भगवान हूँ. दिखता जो मैं, वो नहीं, आत्मा मैं हूँ. अनुभूति हो गई. Thank you. Time is running out. Thank you, Ashok, for your beautiful
Sure.
answer. Harshad. I think Harshad is the last person. There was somebody else who was in the call, but I don't know. Harshad last. Yes, Harshad.
Shivam Guruji,
Shivoham.
love you Guruji.
Love you, Harshad. Bolo.
In spirituality, you became an observer.
Yes.
That's
And
it.
that
You become an
very beautiful.
observer and you
Very
became
beautiful.
divine instrument.
Very beautiful. Beautiful. What Harshal says, Rajendra is still there. Harshal says, in spirituality, you become an observer. You become a witness. You live in a state of mindfulness, thoughtlessness, consciousness, awareness. And you're enjoying the show. You're enjoying the drama. You're enjoying the leela. And when I wrote a bhajan, I wrote, नाटक उसका है ये, संगीत भी उसकी है, हम तो बस कलाकार हैं, हम
आते हैं और
आते
जाते हैं.
हैं जाते हैं, मर्जी जो है उसकी, वो मंजूर करना है, ये जीवन उनकी कृपा है, हमको अर्पण करना है. Spirituality makes you strong. And as a witness, you are only enjoying the movie. You know it's Maya. Maya chupke se aake, sach ko chupa ke, mithya ko dikha ke. My dear friends, if you start singing now, your life will be transformed. If only you start singing, if not for outside world, for your inside, for your soul, just sing. And when you sing, you will become liberated. Thank you, Arshad. Last question, Rajendra. Rajendra, his hand went down for some reason. Bolo, Rajendra, last.
Sir.
Sir.
Suppose because we are separate, and the bliss is our true nature, basic nature.
Yes.
And due to ignorance of I and the Maya, we have lost this bliss, and we have lost the actual knowledge that the real existence within us, who we are. So we are facing all this dukha because of that. Because हम उस चीज को पकड़ते हैं जैसे रस्सी को साफ मांगते हैं, वैसे कुछ हो रहा है हमारे साथ, because we don't know what we are basically. So the science of the spirituality is the only path which will help us to come out of all these dukhas.
Right.
And which will take us to the basic nature of our existence, that is true bliss and Satchitanand.
Beautiful. You know what Rajendra said? I want to end with that. And what Rajendra said, just look around you. And how many people are in Satchitanand? Look around you and you'll find people are so miserable. People are so attached to things, to people, to pleasures. People are living life of anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, fear, worry, stress, anxiety. People are living in the mind. But if you are living as divine consciousness, क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं है. All of you have learned the art of loving. I can see love growing in all of you. That's one of my uh, greatest achievements in the last few days. I feel all of you are growing in SLS. You see SIP in all, you love the SIP in all, you serve the SIP in all, not just in one or two people, not just in your family, but you see SIP in all. You love SIP in all. You serve SIP in all. And you all are growing in that in such a beautiful way. My dear friends, to conclude, spirituality is the right way. It's the only right way to live. If you want to live a life, what Rajendra said, of your real nature, Sat Chit Anand. The truth is you are God, but you have forgotten. Spirituality reveals that you are not Krishna, you are Krishna. Spirituality reveals the truth. And many of you, you are working on that path. Sometimes somebody is pulling you back. You are working on that path. Sometimes somebody is pulling you back. And the reason I can tell you that is, if this call was 100% successful, then I would see everybody on this call every day. So sometimes I wonder whether it's a lack in my ability to explain or my ability to make it interesting. But I do my best, knowing that I don't do it. SIP does. And so I tell SIP, this is all I'm capable of, and I will continue to do it the best way I can with what we call ABCD. Accept, do your best, surrender in consciousness, and be a divine instrument. And I hope all of you are living a spiritual life and are experiencing that Satchit Anand, that eternal bliss. My goal is only one, to help you reach yours. My purpose is only one, to help you attain your purpose. With folded hands, I bow down.